Peace. It's now Hotel. All the positive people out there. I'm the noble Moorish God, aka Noble Shaheed Akbar Allah. And I'm here to talk to you about this pamphlet I wrote called Learn Why You Don't Need a Lawyer or Attorney to Handle Your Affairs. Find out what a lawyer or attorney really is and who do they really work for. Alright? This pamphlet is written and composed by Noble Shaheed A.Allah. It may be used for the good of humanity. Alright? You can contact me at my email address, ammaster2001@yahoo.com. Alright, check it out. This is a brief pamphlet about the power that be. It is designed to open your mind and expose falsehood and say the truth has come and falsehood vanish. Surely falsehood is ever bound to vanish. Chapter 17, verse 81 of the Holy Koran. Regard not then what any man has said, and let us forget the flesh and go with the mind into the land of fleshless things. Mind never does forget. That's from the Moorish Koran, chapter 11, verse 14, 15. What is a lawyer or attorney? Well, the word attorney comes from the word to atone or atonement, which means to turn over goods, services, rights, etc. Lawyers practice law. Lawyers are supposed to learn in the law and advise in the courts. Another word for a lawyer is a barrister, defined as in England as a lawyer who is a courtroom advocate, solicitor in America, occasionally and informally another word for lawyer. A lawyer is a solicitor for the courtroom, so how could they have your best interest at heart? When they lawyers work for the court, not you. He is an officer of the court and he does what they say, how and when they say it. His job is to solicitate money for goods for the court. Solicitate is defined as to tempt a person to lure on, especially into evil. People versus right. Alright? So once you make the atonement, the solicitation is complete. Atone means to turn over, to transfer to another money or goods assigned to some particular use or service. Alright? Solicitation is defined as the crime of asking, advising, encouraging, or ordering another person to commit a crime. The offense of offering to engage in sexual activity with a person for money or attempting to entice a person to patronize a prostitute. Now, what is a lawyer or attorney? A legalized crook, robber, or thief. A lawyer and attorney are synonymous. People verse 10. Who does a lawyer or attorney really work for? Well, all lawyers and attorneys are members of the bar. What is the bar? The bar is defined as a legal implement or barrier, especially to the formation of a valid contract. Alright? Or the pursuit or defense of a case. The bar is a private franchise membership club, also called the Bar, British or Barrister Aristocrat Registry, or the British Accreditation Registry. Therefore, all lawyers are barred from challenging the jurisdiction of the court, and as such, they are unlawful foreign agents of the law of the land. A lawyer cannot and will not defend you because they are barred from doing so. Their whole purpose is to solicitate for the courts and the bar. The bar is defined as in English, a public officer belonging to the Superior Court of Common Law of Westminster who conducts legal procedures on behalf of others, called his clients, by whom he was retained. He answered to the solicitor in the courts of chancery and the proctor of the admiralty, ecclesiastic, probate, and divorce courts An attorney was almost invulnerable, also called a solicitor. It is now provided by the Judicial Clerk Act of 1873. The solicitors and attorneys are practitioners of or by law empowered to practice in any court, the jurisdiction of which is by that act transferred to the High Court of Justice of the Court of Appeal, shall be called solicitors of the Supreme Court. So all attorneys work for solicitate the bar. Therefore, attorneys, lawyers, are traders, esquires, noblemen, training for honor, nobility equal esquires, aliens, foreign non-citizens, and are prohibited by law from ever voting in any election, or from ever voting in any election, or for ever holding an elected public office of trust, whatsoever the goal of the Bar Association is to overthrow the government of the United States and its Constitution and totally, completely enslave and subjugate its people. Alright? So basically, a lawyer and an attorney is one and the same. They work for the bar. The bar is the British Aristocrat Register, the British Accreditation Registry, you know what I'm saying? Their whole thing is to make money, you know what I'm saying, for the courts. The word court represents money. Alright? When you go to court, you either going to get money or you're going to bring money, you know what I'm saying? The bench represents the bank. A bench represents the bank, and the judge is the banker. In ancient times, the ministers, which was the Levitican priesthood, became the lawyers, and they became the judges, and they became the bankers. So everything is codified, okay, into the law claim. That's why all these senators, politicians, all these people are part of the bar. They're all lawyers, and they do things against the Constitution. That's why you have a de facto government that's standing right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's a short pamphlet I wrote called Learn Why You Don't Need a Lawyer or Attorney to Defend You and Who They Really Work For. You know what I'm saying? I'm the Noble Moorish God. Peace. Islam.